against the wind-torn clouds. The pony trap drew up in front of the rambling stone vicarage. The driver unloaded their cases onto the gravel and quickly drove away. Clarice looked at the closed door, then at the fine Georgian windows. It was a beautiful house, but it seemed oddly blind, as if it were oblivious to their arrival, and they would knock on the oak door in vain. This was to be their home, and Dominic's challenge and opportunity would be to preach and to minister without the supervision or constant meddling of the Reverend Spindlewood. Clarice knew she must behave with enthusiasm now, whatever doubt or loneliness she felt. That was what faith was about. Anyone can be cheerful when she is confident and the sun is shining. She looked at Dominic once, then marched up to the front door and banged briskly with the lion's head knocker. There was total silence from inside. "Stay here with the boxes," Dominic said quietly. "I'll go to the nearest house. They must have left the keys with someone." But before he could go more than a dozen steps, a stout woman, her hair piled atop her head in an untidy knot, came bustling along the road. She struggled to hold a shawl around her shoulders against the wind. All right, I'm coming," she called out. "No hurry. It ain't snowing yet. You must be the Reverend Corde, and Mrs. Corde, I take it?" She stopped in front of them, and looked Clarice up and down dubiously, her blunt face sceptical. "I suppose you know how to care for a house and all?" she said in a tone close to accusation. "I'm Mrs. Wellbeloved. I look after the vicar, but I can't do no more for you than a bit of the heavy work, 'cause I've got family coming for Christmas, and I need me holiday too. Ain't good for a body to work all the days of the year, and it ain't right to expect it." "Of course we don't expect it," Clarice agreed, although she had in fact expected exactly that. "If you show me where to find everything and assist with the laundry, I'm sure that will be most satisfactory." Mrs. Wellbeloved looked more or less mollified. She produced a large key from her pocket, unlocked the door, and led the way in. "Just leave them boxes. Old Will and young Tom'll bring 'em on up for you." Clarice followed her, pleasantly surprised by the warmth of the house. Even though the vicar had been gone for a couple of days, it smelled of lavender, beeswax, and the faint, earthy perfume of chrysanthemums. Everything looked clean, the wooden floor, the hall table, the doors leading off to left and right, the stairs going up toward a wide landing. There was a large vase of branches and leaves of gold and bronze on the floor. For all her lack of grace, Mrs. Wellbeloved seemed to be an excellent housekeeper. "You'll be liking it here," she said more to Dominic than to Clarice. It sounded something of an order. "Folks know how to behave decent. Come to church reg'lar and give to the poor. Won't be nothing for you to do but your duty. Just keep it right for the vicar to come back to. I'm sure he's left you a list of them as needs visiting, but if he hasn't, I can tell you." She opened the sitting-room door to show them a graceful room with a wide fireplace and bay window, and then closed the door again. "You'll be taking all services regular," she went on, walking quickly toward the kitchen, "and you won't be wanting the sexton, but if you do, he's first on the right on the glebe road. Gravedigger's 2 down beyond." "Thank you, Mrs. Wellbeloved." Dominic avoided meeting Clarice's eyes, and answered with as straight a face as he could manage. "I'll be in regular for the heavy stuff, excepting Christmas Day and Boxing Day, of course," Mrs. Wellbeloved continued. "You'll have enough coal and coke and likely enough kindling. But if you haven't, you can go walk in the woods and pick up plenty. Works best of all if you dry it proper first. And you'll walk Harry, too. I can't be doing that." "Harry?" Dominic asked, puzzled. "Harry." She looked at him witheringly. "The dog. Didn't the vicar tell you about Harry? Retriever he is, good as gold if you treat him right. And Etta. But you don't need to do nothing for her, except scraps and stuff and milk. She'll fend for herself." Clarice made a quick guess. "Etta's a cat?" Mrs. Wellbeloved looked appeased for their ignorance. "Right good little mouser she is, plain as you like, but clever. Capture 'em all in the end." She said it with satisfaction, as if she identified with the animal and were in some oblique way describing her.